In the last session already we started with the basic concepts chapter. Sir, whether it is an exclusive CMA final syllabus? No. In our study material you don't have this chapter, but we are discussing in order to solve the other chapter questions. So in this chapter mainly we are going to discuss what? Tax rates. So just the basic concepts we have started. Within that, first point is what? Power to levy taxes. So who are given the power to levy the taxes? So generally who will collect the taxes in India? Government. For government, who are given the power? Constitution of India. So can you tell me, within that Constitution of India we have an articles. How many articles we have to read now? 2. First article number 265. Second article number 246. What is that article number 265 says? If you want to collect the tax, means whom? If government want to collect the tax, so that must be supported by what? Law. Example, we have an income tax. So can you tell me what is supporting law? Income Tax Act 1961. We can collect GST. What is the supporting law? GST laws. So next, so now article number 246 is giving the support to 265. How this is given support? Who can frame laws in India? Who can frame? Central government as well as state government can frame the laws in India. Not only tax laws, all laws in India can be framed by central government, state government. So how central government will frame the laws, sir? In parliament. In parliament we have an MPs. MPs will frame the what? Laws. In state government, can you tell me? State legislature, nothing but MLAs. They will frame the laws relating to states. Now, so we have some more discussion related to article number 246. In article number 246 we have many schedules. Now we have to refer 7th schedule. So if you are open the Constitution of India, every article in order we have like sections only. So within that article number 246, we will open 7th schedule. How many lists we can get? 3. How many lists? 3. List 1, list 2, list 3. Another names? Union list, state list, concurrent list. So whatever the laws are already in this union list, who framed these laws? Central government in parliament. So whatever the laws are already given in this list, who framed? State government and state legislature. Now concurrent list laws, both central and state government all together they framed these laws. Now, what about our Income Tax Act 1961? Who framed this law? Central government. Remember, income tax will be collected by central government. So that's why who framed this law? Central government in union list. Before income tax law, already how many laws are framed? 81. Now what is that entry number for Income Tax Act 1961? Entry number 82. For our entire act, what is the short title? Income Tax Act 1961. So now what is that entry number? 82, MCQ purpose. So what is that? Income tax? Simply we can collect the tax on what? Incomes other than agricultural income. Simply agricultural income is exempt from the tax. But who have a right to collect the tax on agricultural income? State government. But now state governments also not collecting any tax on agricultural incomes. So this is only the points as of now we discussed. So now shall we start second point? First point is power to levy taxes. Now we'll discuss the second point. Yes, you have to write it down. Slowly we can go. Yes, ma'am. Concept number 2. Concept number 1 done. Power to levy taxes. Concept number 2. Okay. Sir, as a tax practitioner, I want to know everything about the income tax. Just by way of reading Income Tax Act 1961, can I get complete knowledge? No. If you just read out the Income Tax Act 1961, can I get the complete knowledge about income tax? No. So that's why in this concept I want to tell you components. Yes, sir. Different components are sources of income tax law. What is that, ma? Different sources or components of income tax law. If you go through with these sources or if you refer all these components, then only you will get a complete knowledge about the income tax. How many components, ma? 5. How many components? Just 5 components. These 5 components, if you refer, then only you will get a complete knowledge about the income tax. So many students are thinking, sir, I will refer Income Tax Act 1961 section 1 to section 298. How many sections, ma? 1 to 298. Sir, then I will get a complete knowledge. No, no, no. Not only Income Tax Act, along with that 4 other components also you have to refer. So shall we write it down first of all? What are the 4 components, ma? Yes. Along with that Income Tax Act 1961, we have 4. Total how many, ma? 5. First one, Income Tax Act. Income Tax Act. What is that year, ma? 1961. Second. Yes, sir. Every time after releasing the act, ma, in the next year, they will release the rules. So now income tax rules 1962. When we framed an income tax law or act 1961, on that time rupee value, I think you know, valuable, definitely valuable only. Rupee value is more. Now rupee value depreciated only. So in the point of view of consumption or purchasing power, the rupee value depreciated. Now, sir, same law we can follow now also, na? No. We have to make changes in that income tax law every year by using annual finance act. What is that, ma? Annual finance act. Do you know anything about annual finance act, ma? Okay, we'll discuss. Next one, ma. Yes, circulars or what, ma? Notifications. Circulars or and notifications. Not or and. Next one. Case laws. What is that, ma? Case laws. If you observing that sources or components, how many, ma? 5 totally we have. So now one by one we'll discuss that. What is that first one? Income Tax Act 1961. Now, so this Income Tax Act 1961 for applicable for whole of India, including Jammu and Kashmir. No need to write it on anything about including, because nowadays every law applicable whole of India. So that is the first point I want to try. What is that? Yes, sir. Extends whole of India. Extends whole of India. Now, next. Sir, it came into force on which date? Any idea? Year is nothing but 1961. But it came into force. That means it comes into applicability from which date? MCQ only. 1/4/1961. I will give you 2 options. You need to pick. I will give you 3 options. Okay. 1/4/1961. Okay. Second option 1/4/1962. Next, wait. 1/4/1961, 1/4/1962, and 15/8/1961. Any answer? One answer only you have to pick. Answer is, it came into force on 1/4/1962. Many students will pick this answer. That is wrong. Even though that act name consisting of 1961, but that is came into force. That means it is an applicable from which date, ma? 1/4/1962. That is only second point. Yes, sir. Came into force on. Came into force on 1/4/1962. Next. So how many sections, ma? Already we discussed. 298 section. So Income Tax Act 1961 contains 298 sections. And how many schedules? That means entire these sections will be classified into different schedules, ma. How many schedules, ma? 14. You should write that schedules in a Roman number. Yes, ma. 14 schedules. That's enough, ma. So now in our syllabus we'll discuss different sections and we will refer only or mostly Income Tax Act 1961 provisions only. But not only this, you have to refer what, ma? Rules also. So now I will discuss some points relating to rules. What is that, ma? Income tax rules 1962. First I will tell you one example. First I will tell you what, ma? Example. Then after I will explain the meaning of what, ma? Rules also. Sir, after releasing the act, every time they will release the rules in the next year. Suppose Companies Act 2013. Next they release it that what, ma? Rules 2014. Not only these two acts, ma, every act also the same structure they will follow. Why, sir? After next year, why they are releasing? Any idea? Sir, they framed law, but that users may not be understood or may not be implemented properly. So that's why they will give an step-by-step guidelines for the act. That means the more information they will provide by using the what, ma? Rules, whenever act implementation is difficult. Whenever act is released in the next year, so automatically they will come up with the rules. What is that main agenda behind the rules? Step by step guidelines for implementation of that act whenever there is a difficulty. Now I will tell you one example. How many of you given the PCBP chapter as a choice in your intermediate level? Oh, super. No need to raise. I will tell you. So first I will tell you one simple example. Based on that, I will tell you rule. Okay. If you remember, we have in section 40A subsection 3. In which chapter? PCBP. This is an Income Tax Act 1961 one section, ma. What is that? Section 40A subsection 3. Yes. What is that section, ma? Any point? Anyone can tell. Ma? Sir, in our business or profession, we need to do many payments in every day. Okay. If the payments in the form of cash exceeding 10,000, that cannot be treated as deduction, or that cannot be allowed as deduction. Example I will tell you. In my business, I want to make the payment of rent. Rent is nothing but 40,000. That is more than how much, ma? 10,000. Now I am giving this amount to my owner in the form of cash. So that's why, can I write in my books of account as an expenditure? No. So because in order to encourage the digitalization, they are given this point. Now, definitely because of this provision, always I will make the rent payment to my owner in the form of what, ma? Electronic modes only. So now I will tell you, if payment in cash, if payment in cash, sir, if that is below 10,000, okay. Below 10,000 payment, you can made in the form of cash, no problem. If payment in cash exceeding how much amount, ma? Exceeding rupees 10,000. Exceeding rupees how much amount, ma? 10,000. So then, here already you made that payment in the form of what, ma? Cash. Whether it is allowed or disallowed, ma? Disallowed. That means you can't take this as a deduction in your business or profession. So then, what is that amount? Example. How much rent I paid, ma? 40,000. That is more than 10,000. I paid in the form of cash. Now, what is that amount disallowed? More than 10,000, I paid 30,000. Or entire 40,000 is disallowed. Entire 40,000 is disallowed. What is that? Please write it down. Entire 40,000, sorry, entire payment disallowed or allowed, ma? Is disallowed. Under which head of income? U by H means what, ra? Under the head PCBP. Sir, if you are not understood also, no problem. Whatever the provision now I am communicating, just listen. Okay, allowed or disallowed, maybe you don't know. Just listen. Yes, sir. So, in my example, yes, sir, I am taking the food manufacturing business. What is the business, ma? Food manufacturing. Now, I want to purchase the food grains from the farmers. Okay, I am approaching farmers, I am purchasing the food grains from them. So, what is that amount I need to make the payment for the farmers? Example 40 only. Now, if I am asking scanner, they will provide. If I am asking, yes, I will give the check, sir, you can encash the check by using the banking facility, will they accept? So definitely in order to implement the provision, we have some difficulties. Not in all cases, in some cases. Now what we need to do? In Act, they are not saying any exceptions. Now, in the next year only, they released one rule in order to support the implementation of this section 40A subsection 3. What is the rule? Any idea? Rule number, famous this one. Rule 6 double D. What is the rule? Rule 6 double D. What is the rule 6 double D, ma? If payment made by any person, even more than 10,000 in the form of cash also, it is allowed only in some exceptional cases, not in all cases. So that means for this section, some exceptions are identified, that is given in rule 6 double D. Yes, please. Shall we run? If payment more than how much amount? If payment exceeding 10,000, if payment exceeding rupees 10,000 in cash, yes, ma, in cash, it will be, in cash, it will be allowed as deduction. It will be allowed as deduction in all cases or in few exceptional cases? In few exceptional cases. In few exceptional cases. So that few exceptional cases we'll discuss in PGBP chapter. Now, without this rule, shall we implement 48.3 in practical scenarios? No. So that is only we are discussing, ma. Always after releasing the act in the next year, they will come up with the rules. They will come up. Who come up with the rules, right? Act framed by whom? Act framed by whom? Central government. Then what about rules? Central government? CBDT. Central Board of Direct Taxes. So total direct taxes administration will be taken by the CBDT only. Full form of CBDT, Central Board of Direct Taxes. They can take care about the total administration of direct taxes. They will release the rules. Now, so after completion of this example, now we will write the rules related 2 or 3 points. Written first. Who have an power to release the rules? CBDT. CBDT power to make. Yes, sir. They have an power to make rules. Now I have one more doubt. In 1962, they come up with the rules. Right? Right? Yes. Okay. But now I have a doubt. Sir, every time whenever there is a necessity, they will release the rules. Already release list is in final. 1962, they come up with this, some list of rules, like rule 6DD, etc. Nowadays, I want a new difficulty. Sorry, we have some new difficulty in ACT. So, will they issue the rules or already issued list is enough? Whenever there is a necessity, they will release the rules. Whoma? CBDT. Who release the rules? Ma? CBDT. Now, what is the use of rules? Ma? Rules are step-by-step guidelines. Step-by-step guidelines. Rules are step-by-step guidelines. For definitely these are the step-by-step guidelines for implementing which thing, ma? Act. For implementing. Whenever there is a difficulty in implementation of act, so automatically we can release the what, ma? Rules. Clear? These points are enough. But what is the important point? Who can release the rules? Whom? CBDT. So, to be honest, we discussed the two things, ma? Act, rules. Shall we start annual finance act, ma? Annual means every year. We will made an act, ma? That is only finance act. What is that main agenda behind the sir, framing one act every year in order to make an amendments in the both the tax laws, either indirect tax laws as well as direct tax laws. Why, sir? So inflation rates increases, purchasing power changes, everything is changing. So how can I use the tax rates are released in 1961 years? So the tax rates also needs to be increased. Some benefits we want to provide to the taxpayers and some more tax we can impose in certain cases. So that's why every year we have to change the laws by using the annual finance act. Annual means what, ma? Yearly. In which month always we have an annual finance act, ma? February. In which month, ma? February. So last February is what? Now we are in which year? 25. Last February is February 2025 or 4? 5. Okay. No need to think about it. In every February month, yes sir, who will propose the changes, ma? Union Finance Minister. Now, who is a Union Finance Minister? Great person. Okay, Nirmala Sitharam. Okay, remember. So, she haven't full knowledge about the law, na? Maybe she have. But how she proposes the changes in tax laws, ma? Either direct tax, indirect tax, they have a separate team. The team will propose the changes. Yes, sir. On behalf of the entire team, she will propose the bill in the both the houses of parliament. Both the houses means? Both means two. Rajya Sabha, Lok Sabha. Okay. So nothing but already in parliament. So who needs to give the consent for passing of an bill? MPs. Okay, after getting the consent from the members of the parliament, now that will be sent to the President of India for his signature. So after getting the assent, means consent from the President of India, now that bill can be converted into act. So first stage, who will make the proposed changes, ma? Team. So on behalf of the team, who will introduce these proposed changes as a bill in the both the houses of parliament, ma? Union Finance Minister. So then after getting the consent from the both the houses of parliament, that will be sent to the President of India. After getting the assent from the President of India, as of now we are calling it as a bill, then it can be called as an what, ma? Act. That is only Finance Act. So now for our examinations, we are going to write that examinations in June 26 as well as December 26. Which Finance Act is applicable? Finance Act 2025. Which Act, ma? Finance Act 2025 is applicable. I will talk about in detail. So one by one I will write it down, whatever we are discussing as of now. What is the third point? Or sorry, third component or third source, ma? Annual Finance Act. Annual Finance Act. Please remember, first of all, we can directly call as an act or bill, ma? Bill. What is that bill, ma? Finance bill. So in this finance bill, all the proposed changes will be presented. Yes, finance bill passed by how many houses? Both the houses of parliament. Both the houses of parliament and get assent from whom? President of India. Who is the President of India now? Super. Not required also, but okay. After getting the President of India, so now as of now we are calling it as an what, ma? Finance bill. Now that can be converted into what, ma? Finance Act. It becomes Finance Act. It becomes what, ma? Finance Act. Now, every year, because of this Finance Act, we have an amendments in the both the tax laws, either direct tax laws as well as indirect tax laws. Sir, only in tax laws, Other laws also can be changed, like SEBI, FEMA, etc. I haven't doubt, that's why I'm asking. No. Yes. But we are talking about the only tax laws, but it can be made the changes in any law also, if they want. Finance related only. So they don't want to make any changes in Indian Penal Code by using Finance Act. So whatever that acts are there related to finance, they can make changes. Now, please write it down, ma. Every year, yes sir, every year this nuisance will be there in which month, ma? A nuisance only, ra. So nothing but first they will introduce the budget. After that they have in these disputes also. Whatever, okay. Example, ra, I am a opposition party in this entire house. You are a ruling party. Okay. Automatically, you don't know anything. Whatever the proposed changes also, you don't know anything. Simply, who will win this case argument? You only, because you have an already majority. You have an already majority in the house. Automatically, this will be converted into what ma act. No need to get an assent from every member of the house. The majority is there, then they can frame the laws. Not only this law, every law also in the same way only that can be framed. Now, okay. Every year, amendments, yes sir, every year, amendments means what, ma? Changes. Okay. Amendments made into Income Tax Act and other tax laws. Income tax law and other tax laws by Finance Act. By Finance Act. Clear, ma? So now, important. What is at present Finance Act applicable for our exam? Ma? In which year that, in which month that is passed? February 25 only. Sir, now, in the next year, February 26, Finance Act 2026, or they will release direct tax code. We don't know. But for our examination, which Finance Act is applicable? 25 only. So many students will ask the question after February month, sir, you saying the one Finance Act in our syllabus, sir, but they are released the new thing. That is not for you. That is for upcoming year. Are you clear? So now, what is at present Finance Act, ma? For our examination, what is at present Finance Act? Present Finance Act is Finance Act 2000. Akka, please, 2025. So maybe you have a doubt. Sir, for which examinations this Finance Act is useful, sir? Okay. For June 2026. Yes, sir. If you are writing that examinations in June as well as December 2026, this is a Finance Act for you. We have to read the income tax law, income tax rules, along with the whatever the changes given in Finance Act also we have to read. So now, again, what is the previous year for our exam? Okay, I think in income tax law, we have a previous year assessment years. I know some of you doesn't know the clear meaning of the things. Okay, we are passing. Okay, in final also we can pass without knowing that exact meanings and exact structure also. Simply we can qualify. Many practicing CS also exactly they don't know what is the meaning of previous year and assessment years. No need to bother about it. But I will explain you in the next class or later the classes. Now remember the year name numbers. For your examination, previous year is 25, 26. 25, 26. Next financial year to the previous year only called as what ma? Assessment year. That is nothing but what ma? 26, 27. Yes, sir. In your entire syllabus, in your books also, always I will give you previous year as an what ma? 25, 26. And assessment year as an 26, 27 only. But to be honest, I am not saying any reason what is the previous year, what is the assessment year also. But in next classes, I can talk about this. Okay. Some of you, if you know, okay. If you doesn't know about this also, simply ignore, no problem. Ignore means no need to forget, just meanings I will explain in a next class. Clear? So up to now we discussed how many components ma? 3. So in the fourth component, we have to discuss both the things ma? Circulars as well as notifications. Circulars as well as notifications. Shall we start that fourth component ma? All of you. This isn't totally theory only, ra? Yes, in few chapters we have to refer theory. Circulars and what ma? Notifications. First, I will talk about the circulars. First, I will talk about the circulars. Then, after some time, I will talk about the what ma? Notifications. Circulars first will discuss. Then, after we'll discuss about the what ma? Notifications. In other side, I will discuss about the notifications. What do you mean by the circular? Sir, in future, definitely in some questions we can refer the circular number. On that occasion, you have to remember this entire theory. What do you mean by the circular, etc. If I am explaining every time, whenever we are using the word of circular, that is not correct. That's why basics itself we have to read. So first thing, circular. Meaning of circular is what? General meaning. So pass on some information to all. Circular means nothing but circulate something. One information or one anything can be circulated to the general public. Sir, one TDS section introduced. One TDS section introduced in the Act. Now, I have a doubt about that TDS section, whether the TDS section is applicable for me or not. I have a doubt. Now what I need to do? Even though I am reading that section properly also, with the expert knowledge also I am reading, but not only Mira, in that general public also we have many doubts about that applicability of the TDS provision. Now what department will do? What department will do? Simply they will frame one circular. Who will frame the circulars ma? CBDT. Again who ma? CBDT. Example, they will give the frequently asked questions, or they will release some illustrations. Suppose your turnover is 1 crore, it is applicable. Like many question and answers they will release. So because of these circulars, automatically our doubts can be clarified. So that is only the meaning of circular. Sir, rules also same? No. Implementation of law itself difficult. On that occasion, they will come up with the what ma rule. If you haven't doubts in any provision, then they will come up with the what ma circulars. Both the things are framed by CBDT only. Sir, without rule, can I implement the 40A subsection 3? No. So that's why definitely in rules some more information they will provide. But in circular, whatever that provision is there, for that provision related we have doubts. The doubts can be clarified by using the what ma circular. But here, if issuing the circular also, we can't implement the what ma this provision. If they are providing the exception by using the rule, then only I can implement this section. There is a huge difference between the circulars as well as what ma rules. But only one similarity is there. What is that? Both are issued by the CBDT. Both are issued by the CBDT. Now, I will write it down one by one relating to circulars ma. Just listen. I will give you example also for circular. Okay. First point. CBDT will issue the circulars from time to time. Whenever there is a doubts, then definitely they will issue what ma circular. CBDT will issue circulars from time to time, every time to time. So today they issued the circular, sir. Tomorrow they can issue one more circular. Yes, there is no limit. But who needs to issue a CBDT? Next, second point. Purpose. By using this line only you will understood. Ra. What is the purpose of issuing circulars? Ra? To clarify doubts regarding the scope and the meaning of any provision. So scope means whether I am covering in that provision or not, I have a doubt. So the doubt can be clarified by using that what ma circular. Please write it down. To clarify doubts regarding scope and meaning of what ma provision or provisions. Suppose CBDT is an first and foremost authority in income tax department. Under CBDT, many level of officers are working. Now, who needs to bind over on these circulars? Who needs to bind over on the circular? Department. Example, SSEs no need to bind over. Reason, sir, I am not at all earning any income. Or, so the TDS provision is related to salary. I am a business person. For me, the TDS section and circular is applicable, not applicable. So that's why no need to follow it. Whenever it is necessary, then you can follow. But who needs to follow? It is a mandatory department. Department means income tax department needs to follow these circulars one by one. If in this year they are released the 10 circulars, 10 circulars implementation also required in whose hands? Department hands. Then SSE side, if it is an advantageous, he can follow. If it is useful, he can follow. Otherwise, he will ignore. Now, circulars related point important. Department is bound by what? Circular. Department means nothing but which department? Department will bound by circulars. Definitely they need to follow that information given in the circulars. Now, SSE side, can you tell me? SSE. What he can do, ma? Can take advantage. Can take advantage. Can take advantage over beneficial circulars. Means, sir, this circular is useful for me, then I can use this circular. If any advantage is there, I can take that advantage. So, but who needs to follow the circular mandatorily? Ma? Department. SSC, if useful, he can follow, otherwise, he can ignore. Now, I want to give the one example for the circular. Shall we? Circular number, yes sir, 13 of, practically they are issued the circular, ma, 13 of 2021. In which year they are issued the circular, ma? 2021. How many circulars are issued? We don't want to know. But what is the number of circular, ma? 13. This is the 13th circular issued in that year. What is the 13th circular saying, ma? Given clarity about. They are given the clarity about. Sir, clarity about our doubts only, simply. Clarity about applicability of TDS. What is that? Applicability of TDS. Under section 194Q. On that year, yes sir, new TDS section introduced, ma, 194Q, that is TDS on purchase of goods. TDS on what, ma? Purchase of goods. So now many SSEs having the doubts about whether this provision is applicable for us or not. So that's why they are given the clarity by using the what, ma? Circular. Yes sir. Just I don't know whether I am getting this circular or not. I will try to search the circular. As of now, I am not at all verified. In 2021, I verified for cmainter or cainter teaching purpose. Now, whether if it is found, okay, good luck for us. Otherwise, also no problem. So then we can verify that. What is the circular number, ma? Circular number 12, sorry, 13 of 2021. Of whom, ma? CBDT. Circular number 13/2021. Okay. Sir, our ICMI website given. This isn't downloaded from ICMI website. Maybe. Okay. Now, what is that, ma? Guidelines under section 194Q. What is the date of issuance of the circular, ma? 30th. So, if you want to, so this is an issued by the CBDT. Okay, I can go for that more information in income tax India government.in. So they are given the this information. Clearly they are given how to calculate the threshold limit. Yes sir. Adjustment, sir. The purchase means inclusive of GST or exclusive of GST. And yes sir, what is that question? Whether the non-resident buyer covered in this section. These are all are what, ma? Frequently asked questions only. They will frame as an circular. As of now, this is the first time you are opening. You don't know anything. After reading that section, if any circular is there, if you are open, extra knowledge you will get. Yes sir. How many? They are given nearly 6 pages. After reading the 6 pages, you will get a clarification of all your doubts. Yes sir. So nothing but what, ma? Who are issued also. That is nothing but what, ma? These are all copies also they are sending. So this copy is sending to these are all authorities under income tax also. Sir, every time if they are releasing the circular, as of now you don't know anything about the circular. In future, if any circular issued, if any person putting the status, now please download it and read it first. Okay, next. Shall we start the notifications, ma? Okay, now what do you mean by the notification generally? So notify something. Notify some information only. Okay. Sir, rules issued by the CBDT. Circulars also issued by the CBDT. Rules for what purpose, ma? Implementation of act. Any section S definitely faces some difficulties. They will come up with the what, ma? Rules. But the section is perfect only, but we haven't doubt. Now they will release the circulars. This is only a simple thing. The rule implementation is difficult because the inefficiency in drafting is there. Now they will come up with the what, ma? Rule. Then automatically we can implement the section along with the rule. Section drafted perfectly, but we haven't doubts. Then they will come up with the what, ma? Circulars. Difference, are you understood? Now, notification means before getting the meaning of notification. Now I want to know who can issue the notifications. అన్నీ సిబిడిటీ ఇంకెందుకు అడుక్కోవాలి అందరూ. ఎనీ ఐడియా? So now we can issue the notifications relating to act. We can issue the notifications relating to rules. So notifications can be classified into two. One type of notification, can you tell me what, ma? With respect to act. With respect to act. Second type of notification is if you want to issue anything that is with respect to what, ma? Rules. Super. Now, act framed by whom, ma? Hey, central government. So now that related notifications also can released by the central government. Central government will issue, yes sir, will issue what are rules, sorry, notifications. Will issue notifications. Not required, will issue, that's enough. Next one, ma. With respect to rules. Rules framed by whom, ma? CBDT. Now, rules related notifications also can be issued by whom, ma? CBDT. Hura, CBDT. Central Board of Direct Taxes. Huma, Central Board of Direct Taxes will issue, yes sir, notifications relating to rules. Yes. Okay, I will say something in Google. If you want, you can. Okay. Just check it out on there. Sir, we have an extension of due date for filing of return of income. Generally, we have to file the return of income. So the due date is an extended or not, ma? Yes. So this information needs to circulate to all. So that's why they are issued the what, ma? Circular. They are issued the what, ma? Circular. Are you understood? Who issued the circular? CBDT. Yes, you can see this line. Yes, CBDT. If they want to pass anything, definitely many SSCs are having the doubt regarding the due date extended or not. Yes, they are giving the clarification. Yes, this copy needs to send it to these are all authorities also. So now I am going for the just our income tax website. Sorry, this is totally not required. I can say some lines and 2 or 3 times if I am repeating, and you can also repeat, and you can simply remember as of now, and you can try to forget everything after getting out of the class. Okay, I will try to tell you. Remember, this is on our income tax website, you know already. Sir, how I want to get that complete knowledge, sir? In this website only, whatever that, please check it out, latest updates they are given. What is that? Latest updates. And yes, sir, if you want to know everything, yes, sir, whatever the new things are there, automatically they will release. And if you want to know about the complete income tax provisions also, you can refer this website. And if any notifications are newly issued also, you can click on these options and you can go for that notifications also. If any circular is there, yes, in this you can find out the circulars also. All the things you can find out here. Yes, sir. Now, latest notifications in which tax? So CBDT circulars and notifications they are given. Sir, why CBDT, sir? Notifications related to what rules can be issued by. Okay, now these are all our notifications only. Please check it out. Notification number is what? 133 bar 2025. Visible? 133 notifications they are released. Okay, so just we can open. These are all are you will not understood. Okay, we can try. I will try to tell. So this is recently released, I think in 28th July only. Sir, earlier processing of returns is wrong. Now they want to notify something. Oh, sorry, this is circulars thing. Yes, sir. Now this notification, sorry, I'm click on the circular. Sorry, I want to click on the notifications. Yes. Okay. Anything also okay. Sir, heading also given as an what notification. This information may you not understood. Ignore it. But remember, if that is circular, yes, they are given the circular number 2025. If that is a notification, the purpose of the notification is nothing but to give the effect of the provision. I will tell you what do you mean by the effect also. Yes, sir. I will tell you what do you mean by the effect of the provision also. Circular purpose is nothing but they will clarify our doubts and they will pass on some information to all others. So main thing you have to remember, clarification of doubts. Then what is the purpose of notification? Issued by these authorities we know. Issued by these authorities we know. But what is that effect? I will tell you. Example, I will write it down. After few minutes you can write. In PCBP, sorry for using that word. I know you are not at all interested to listen that word also, but we have to pronounce it nearly for our half of the coaching. We can't do anything. PCBP. One section is there that is an 35 CCD. What is the section number? 35 CCD. 100% you can get deduction. Whatever that expenditure you are incurred in that section, that expenditure you are taking that 100% as a deduction. What is the section 35 CCD? Now one notification issued by the yes sir authorities, notification number 54 bar 2013. That this you can understood easily, that's why I am taken this number. Okay, you can search it in the Google and you will find it out also. Now what is that date also, that is issued on date 15/7. Yes 15/7 2000. Super, how you are identified that is 13 because in 2013. Super. Okay, yes sir. One section in the act is 35 CCD, skill development. What is that, ma? Skill development project. Sir, I think you don't know. Yes. Skill development means unemployed persons, any persons are there. You can set up skill training centers. Yes, sir. Skill training centers. The government will give you funds first. Government will give what, ma? Funds. With the help of that funds, you can purchase the computers or monitors or whatever it may be. Then you can give the training to the, yes, sir, unemployed persons. So that may be Word, Excel, Photoshop, Tally, or many courses. We are enhancing their skills. Now, in that, if you are incurring any expenditure, that expenditure 100% you can take it as deduction. Suppose if you are getting any profit, no need to pay tax. Why, ma? 100% of that expenditure will be allowed as what, ma? Deduction. That is only act saying. Sir, simply if they are talking this only, anyone can get the deduction. Example, I will tell you. With the help of this small room, I have an CMA coaching. I can do in that besides room, I can take one board, skill training center, and I can take the funds from the government, and I can give the training, and I can enjoy the tax benefits also. Simply we can misutilize this provision and intention of the lawmaker by way of plain reading of the Vatma Act 35 CCD. So that's why they are coming up with the notification. What is a notification? 54 by 2013. In that they are given the conditions and guidelines for claiming this deduction. If you satisfied this condition and guidelines, then only you can take the deduction. So that's why I am calling these notifications are giving the effect to the what provisions in the act. So simply they will mention some guidelines, they will mention some conditions if you want to get the any deductions in the act. So for this, please write it down, ma. So in this, they will mention the guidelines and conditions, guidelines and what, ma? Conditions for approval of, skill development, approval of what, ma? Skill development project under section what, ma? 35 CCD. So here they are given the guidelines and condition. If you satisfied with these guidelines and the condition, then only they will give the approval for the skill development project. Then you can take 35 CCD deduction. So now, here we can discuss the what is the purpose of the notification. Ma, what is the purpose of circular, ma? Clarification of what, ma? Doubts. Now what is the purpose of the notification, ma? Giving the effect to the provisions. Nothing but without these guidelines, maybe we can take the undue advantage of the section. Now for more strength providing purpose only, we are releasing the what, ma? Rule. Sorry, notification. So now second, what is the purpose? Please write it down, purpose. What is that, ra? Ma? To give effect to provisions. To give effect to provisions. Who needs to follow, ma? These provisions, yes, sir, to give effect to provisions. Now, sir, if that is a circular bound by department, SSC, he can follow or he can ignore. Then here, both the persons needs to follow these circulars. Who needs to follow, ma? Notifications are binding on both SSC as well as department. Notification. Either who releases notifications, ma? Either central government or CBDT. The notifications are binding on Yes, ma. Binding on whom? Both SSC, and department. So these are the points. Now I will ask some questions. You can tell. Who can release the circulars? Circulars. Who can release the rules? CBDT. Who can release the notification? Central government. CBDT. Rules related notifications? CBDT. Act related notifications? Central government. Now, what is the purpose of rules? Implementation of act. Sir, there is yes, sir, some mistakes in drafting only. We are unable to implement that section. Now they will come up with the rule for step by step implementation of the act. Now, they are drafted perfectly, but we haven't doubts over that provision. Now they will come up with the circular. In order to clarify your doubts, they will release the circular. Now, additional conditions or additional guidelines, or we want to strengthen the provision, now they will come up with the what? Notifications. Clear? These three examples you have to remember. Next, what is the last point? Case laws. In your intermediate, I think you are not at all referred any case laws because that is not required. But in final level, we have to remember some case laws. Oh, no need to get tension, right? I will tell you. Okay, 20 or 30 case laws. In process, automatically you can remember. That is my headache only. First of all, you need to come to that class and then you have to listen. Then automatically I will tell you the number of times and number of times I will give as an homework or etc. Then you can remember the names of that case laws also. Okay, now I will tell you one case law. Okay, you can remember this case laws for your lifetime also, no problem. Okay, what is that name? Last point. Akka. E or F? E. What is that E point? Okay. E. What is that, ma? Case laws. Sir, case laws mean judgments. Okay, first we can take one example. Then after, okay, we can take many also. Sir, interesting name, Soundarya Nursery. What is that? Okay. So I think you know nursery means what, ma? Growing of plants. Growing of plants and selling of plants or whatever it may be, they are also getting some income. Now, this case law, yes, this is situated in, yes, sir, most favorite state. What is it? Indaka? Next, nachin cheppodaka. Next, what is it, ma? Tamil Nadu. What is it, ma? That is situated in where, ma? Tamil Nadu. So now, what is that argument? Sir, whatever income we are erasing from this nursery, they are arguing as it is an agricultural income. On agricultural income, no need to pay tax. Super. Okay, they also know some point. That's why they are saying it as an agricultural income. But no. So opposite side, IT department means information technology department, right? What is that, ma? Information technology or income tax department? Income tax department. So in between these two, there is an argument. So they are arguing as, yes, agricultural income means you have to conduct the basic operations on land. Basic operations means nothing but what ma? Seeding, sapling, yielding, or whatever it may be. So water facility is given, and seeding and giving the pesticides, all the things should be carried out on that what ma? Land. Imagine ma, in our yes sir, lands, how we are cultivated the crops ma? On land only. So definitely the plants always attached to land. So that is clearly agricultural income. But in nurseries, if you imagine that all the plants are growing on what ma? Plastic covers, or in some vessels, or in trays, etc. Now their argument is also correct. They are saying as an, yes ma, they are arguing of what point are simply basic operations if carried on that land, I will also agree, then it is an agricultural income. But here the basic operations are not carried on that what ma? Land. Now what is that point ma? Basic operations. Yes sir, basic operations not carried on land. Their argument is these basic operations are not carried on that what ma? Land. So now they are arguing as an it is not a agricultural income, and they are asking tax. Now there is a dispute between these two. Now what we are required to do? Hey. Yes ma, what we need to do ma? Any idea? Huh? So now it will be forwarded to the High Court of that state. So nothing but that referred to Madras High Court. Okay, Madras High Court. Now, so in front of this High Court, who won the case? Guess. Ma? SSC or department? How many of you are saying department? Only one. Two. SSC? Okay, just imagine. No need to think logically also. Nowadays, many nurseries are there in our surroundings. They are paying tax. We don't know. Now onwards, you have to think whenever you are visited any place, you have to check the our related points only. But we are always checking for the irrelevant things. All nurseries now following this case law only. Remember, High Court given the judgment as even though basic operations are not carried on that land, there is a growing activity is there that can be constituted as an agricultural activity out of that agricultural income only. So that's why no need to pay tax. So that means High Court given the judgment favorable to whom? SSC only. Based on this judgment only, this judgment now recognized as a landmark judgment. Now all over India, nurseries are not at all paying the tax, because even though basic operations are not carried on that land, no problem, but growing activity is there. So that growing activity itself constituted as an what? Agricultural income. Yes sir. So now favorable judgment. Yes sir, favorable judgment to whom? So it is called as what? Growing activity. So growing activity constituted as constituted as what? Agricultural activity. Clear? Now I have a few more doubts, ma. What is it? What are the doubts? I will tell you. Judgments given by the district courts, magistrate courts, and local courts, that is also can be called as an landmark judgments. decisions given by High Court and Supreme Court only considered as case laws for our study purpose. So this is a judgment given by the Madras High Court. That's why it is a landmark judgment. Like this we have many. What are the things we have to study, ma? Landmark judgments given by the High Court, Supreme Court. So now study of income tax law, one more component we have to read. What, ma? Case laws. Shall we write it on that point, ma? Yes. Judgments given by High Court and Supreme Court. Yes, ma? Judgments given by whom, ma? High Court and Supreme Court. Yes, sir. What is that point, ma? Judgments given by local courts, High Court and the Supreme Court. HC and SC, Supreme Court, are important. Are important. Yes, sir. In order to study, what? In order to study, yes, ma? Income tax law. In order to study what? Income tax law. Done. Now. So these are the what, ma? Sources or components. Yes, if you studied all these sources as well as components, then you will get a complete knowledge about what, ma? Income tax law. So whenever we are using that word circular, notifications, guidelines, etc. So no need to confuse. Already we discussed everything now. So further we are going to start. In Income Tax Act 1961, we have different sections 1 to 298. So I want to introduce few sections here itself, ma. What is the section 1? Any idea? Yes, ma. Short title. In section 1 for entire act, what is that short title we want to give? What is that short title, ma? Income Tax Act 1961. So next, what is that applicability? Yes, sir, it is an applicable from 1/4/1962 and extends whole of India. So this is a content given in section 1. So then what about section 2? Super amma. So different definitions in section 2. So entire act related, if any word definition if you want to refer, you have to refer with section, ma? Section 2. Now section 3 akka. What is the section 3? We'll discuss after some time. Next section 4. Are these are all are done in your intermediate level, ra? Huh? Ma? Try only. Section 4, 3. 4 or 3? 4 is? So that is only our bad luck, ma. Section 3 is definition of previous year. Anyhow, you are tried, that's enough. Definition of what, ma? Previous year. Section 4 is a most important section in our entire act. Why, sir? Sir, in Income Tax Act 1961, what is the central government agenda? They want to collect income tax. They want to collect income tax. So now, how they are collecting the tax based on weight of a person or based on height of a person. They are based on income. Okay, entire income they will collect as a tax, like British government. Now how on income prescribed rates we have to apply. The rates same for all. Senior citizen one rate, super senior citizen, non-resident one rate, partnership firm one rate is there. So how you know all the things? With charging section. The charging section is an heart of every act. What is the charging section, ma? Section 4. So tomorrow I will start. Now I will give a break. No problem. So today you listened a lot of things. These are all are entirely new only. No problem. Akka mask తీసేసిందిగా ఇప్పుడు దాకా ఇక రిలీఫ్ వచ్చింది, వెళ్ళిపోదాం ఇంక ఎన్న అవసరం. ఓకే అక్క, లిసన్ రా. Charging section I will discuss tomorrow. So charging section I will write in my own words in 4 lines. If these 4 lines explanation done, this entire chapter also done. 4 lines only I will explain. In that every word definition or easy was okay, that is in ignore. Remaining keywords are there. So that keywords definitions if you learn, then this entire chapter will be over. Okay. Tomorrow shall we meet? Tomorrow is normal working day only. We can meet tomorrow. Thank you. But previous year also, this I will tell you in the charging section itself. In charging section, we have one keyword previous year. On that occasion, I will explain the definition of what ma previous year also. So totally these 4 sections only we have in our basic concepts. Okay, along with the rebate section will be there, 87 capital A. So that we can discuss along with these section numbers. Okay, 87 capital A. Okay, thank you. You can take a break.